guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Yullee here. Today we're going to do this beautiful box. I would call it a treasure box because it's just amazing, wonderful and great. As you can see, with a unicorn, so dreamy, so fantasy-like, with a lot of details, and I really enjoyed doing this box, and I want to show you how to create this wonderful and just unique box in less than 1 hour. And the thing is, this beautiful box doesn't require a lot of time and a lot of money, because all the tools I use in this project are really cheap and you can buy it everywhere. Some in your local store, some you can buy from internet, from the online shop. So if you want to learn how to do this beautiful box, stay with me here, watch my video till the end, leave me a comment because I really appreciate every communication I get back. So let's get started. It's really easy, and you guys should enjoy it. Have fun! So as you can see, this is all we need for our treasure box. It's not a lot, it's just a wonderful romantic atmosphere and the suiting tools. So let's get started. What do I have here in front of myself? Of course, the box itself. I use a normal wooden box. You can buy it like everywhere. This one was really cheap. So this is our treasure box. We're going to decoupage with. Then we will need, of course, our colors. We will need, well, for my case, I want to take 2 because I want to keep it really vintage and not so explosive regarding the colors. So I choose this vintage paint, and I don't know how to call this color. It's kind of really vintage color. It's like green, it's a little bit of gray, and it's really calm color, so I really like it. This is for our first layer. For our second layer, I will be using the white color. It's titanium white, and I am thinking of do some texture work on our treasure box as well. For this case, I will be using the modeling paste. In this case, I use one from Stamperia, and I really love it. I have already tested it, and I'm convinced this is the best product I've ever been using. And we will need a brush for our coloring phase, and of course we will need the paper. I don't use rice paper today. I will be using the paper from the Stamperia collection, Wonderland. It's a scrapbooking paper. Actually, it's thick, but as we are working on wood, this paper would be also okay. So I will be using this one, as I told you, from the collection Wonderland. So as you can see, I have a large block. It's 12 by 12 inch or 30 centimeters. I will be using this for my scrapbooking project later on, and I just got it, this one lovely piece for our current project. So let's get started. Alright, so the closure is off, so now we can work on it without going crazy that our closure is going to be dirt or in color that you don't want it to be. So let's start with the first layer, and I want to have this wonderful vintage color in the background, and I want to do some kind of crackles, you know. And so first of all, let's start with this color. Alright, you need to make sure that your first layer is dried really well, because our further steps they require the very dry surface. So mine is quite dry, and now we can go ahead to the step number 2, and for this case we will do a second layer on our treasure box to make it much more beautiful, because now it looks like my son would paint it in green, you know. But we want to keep it really beautiful. And as I told you, I want to have this nice vintage look on it and with some kind of crackles, and therefore I will be using a very simple candle like this. So it's box next, so it's all you need for this. And what we're going to do is we take this candle and go through all the edges which we want to be removable in the first layer. So that means if you want, when you put the second layer and you want to, some areas where you want to see the first layer, you put the candle legs on it like this. Alright, our treasure box is now prepared for our third step, and I told you in the beginning that I will be using the white acrylic paint, but now I decided to swap it to gesso because my surface is quite dark and gesso is just the best primer or best coloring tool to cover this dark pigments. So I will be using gesso, and now I'm going to cover the whole treasure box or just a box in this white gesso to prepare it for the further steps. So let's go. So here we are. My fingers look pretty like a mess because I colored a lot, but it's nice. It looks really nice and exactly the way we want it to be at that moment. So our next step is, you remember we used the candle to have this vintage texture on. Now what we are going to do is we will gently remove this white layer with this simple tool. Every woman should know this magic tool is cuticle remover. So it's clear, it's pretty shape, you know, and it's just perfect to remove the layer. So you remember we went through the edges, and now with this tool we really kindly and gently, just there where you want the first layer to be seen, you go through with this cuticle remover like this. And you see, this is how we go to our vintage used look. So then just go for it, really gently, just where you want it to be vintaged. So here we are. We have vintaged our edges the way we want them to be. Maybe I should do some more here on this side, like this. Yeah. So now it's vintaged already. That's perfect. So now our next step, what we're going to do, we are going to decorating our treasure box. And how we're going to do this? So you remember this beautiful piece of paper that I've chosen for this project? So it looks already so beautiful. If you can see, it will match just perfectly. So what we're going to do, we're gonna stick this beautiful piece of paper on our box. For this I will use just normal glue. Oh my god, guys, just look at this beauty. It looks just amazing. I really like it. So this is our eye catcher on the treasure box, and just look how these colors just perfectly fit together. So I'm really I'm really lucky and happy with this result so far. So let's go to the next step. I am thinking about to do some texture work. And I will be using stencils, and I want to have some white stencils on it, but with the modeling paste, but also the colored stencils with our vintage paint, because it's just perfect to it. So let's take our stencil and go ahead. Oh guys, look at this cutie. It's really beautiful. It's so soft. It's so vintage with this texture on. I think it just suits perfect to this, but I'm still not finished. I want to decorate it even more, and I want to have like more girly, you know. So what we're going to use, I think some textiles. Let's check quickly. Alright, so as you can see, this lace is already glued with double-sided, yeah, my fingers full of gesso. Okay, this lace is already taped with double-sided tape, so we just simply need to remove this tape and bring it on where we want it to be. Okay, so this stuck, and the same thing on this corner. We will be using our wonderful pearls. So we have a really beautiful vintage texture here, and I want to give it a little bit of drama because you remember we have a golden closure. So I think I will spray it a little bit with gold, and for this I will be using the gold chrome spray. Oh my god, guys, wow, just let's take this dirty tissue away first, and now have a look on our beautiful treasure box. Oh my god, actually I had something really different in my mind, but now being in this creating flow just makes me feel really happy, because this wonderful box is just amazing. Oh, I want to keep it myself actually. Wow. So now let's bring the closure on again and have a look, because I would say we have finished our project. Okay guys, I've put the closure on now, and now let's have a look in detail on this beautiful box. I don't know what about you, but I'm just obsessed and so much in love with those illuminating details on this box, and it makes this extra, you know, this vintage glamorous look, I would say. And I must say, I really love it. I hope you guys love it too. Yeah, this is how it might look like, and it took us just a little bit more than 1 hour to do this beautiful box. So amazing and just unforgettable. Just a good idea for a present or for your home decoration. Everything you like, you can put in it and put it anywhere. So guys, I hope you like this video, and just check out my channel because we do a lot of creative things. This is just a part of my creativity. So let's do some mixed media, let's do some scrapbooking together, let's do even more of those beautiful treasure boxes together. Leave me a comment if you like this treasure box and if my tutorial was useful for you. And let's get in touch and let's stay tuned. See you guys, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.